I think it's just buying into what we do every single day at practice. Defense has become our staple, and it's our main thing we focus on. And every single drill we do, it's not really about the offense in practice. It's about getting defensive stops. So when you put in that much work in practice, you really want to see it come into fruition in the game. So I think that's what we saw today.
Kind of the message there in the third quarter, they come out, kind of punch you in the mouth coming out of the gates, just the key to settling down there and answering in the fourth.
I think in the one huddle we even said just because they're pressuring or pushing a little more, they weren't doing anything differently that they were doing in the first and second quarter. We were just retreating and we weren't punching back. So just keeping our heads level and remembering that people are going to throw a punch, but we just got to throw punches back, and just keeping up with their leads because basketball is a game of runs. So just staying calm and not, when they make a couple shots, not freaking out like it's the end of the world, because they're a really good team, so they're going to make shots. But I think we kept our heads well and we kept the lead and just punched back after a few minutes.
Seems like a lot of cuts and a lot of drives from the guards today. Just how much of that was an emphasis coming in, and how much of that was just what was opening up?
Yeah, I mean, I think Meg told us too, she ran it the whole time she was at RMU, but their offense is always just continuous motion, so many back screens and down screens and flare screens and cuts through, so it's really tiring. I think a lot of us were gassed in the fourth quarter, but just overly communicating and telling the coaches if you need a sub, and we had a few girls do that, which is just being unselfish and being a good teammate when you know you can't play to the best of your ability in that moment. But I think just overly communicating and locking down on our defensive principles when we're a little more tired.
As far as your offense goes, tough day from three, but you were able to attack the basket well to achieve that.
They pressure a lot. They pressure as soon as you cross half court. So a team like that plays defense like that, you got to attack them and you got to blow by them, because if they're that far out, that means there's not a lot of help in there. So I think Meg and Dina and Malia did a really good job, and Paige, in the first quarter of the game to throw that punch and start driving in immediately. So once we started doing that, I think it gave our girls some confidence and showed that if we just attack, we can get some open shots.
From a player's perspective, I know you touched on kind of mentality you needed in the fourth quarter defensively. How valuable was that run that you guys went on at like the middle of the second quarter, just to kind of show that you guys were capable of having one of those defensive sets?
Yeah, I think when we throw the first punches in games, like in the first and second quarter, it gives us a cushion because we tend to relax in the third quarter a little bit. I think you can see that in a few of our games this year. So when we aren't shooting as well and we buckle down defensively like we really did all game pretty much, besides that little run they went on, then we can lean back on that and say we can keep them shooting 20% from three. I think we kept them today. So we just got to remember that and just play the defense we played at the beginning of the game.